Hello, it's Lockout. I've been away for quite a long time, and that's a big regret I have. I wish I could keep updating you guys, but that wasn't possible because I was fighting hard, and those times were tough. The past 3+ years, I've been fighting for what feels like my life has been very tough on my mental and physical health. So I took that break, that well needed break. Even in that break, I did fight hard in other ways, but that wasn't enough. So I am here now, in another country, overseas, and away from my comfort zone for the very first time. And the challenge was needed in order to better myself and, importantly, to discipline myself away from friends and family. I already have learned so much from coming overseas to Japan. I've learned how to communicate better, which is one of the best decisions I made as well. It has taught me so much more than just that. I have learned how to communicate on my own without anybody's help because I am the only one here and there is nobody else to help me in a foreign country. At first, life was tough, but that was the challenge I needed. And I knew if I gave up and let my porn addiction take over while I was overseas, it was all for nothing. So I fought hard, but times still were tough in between. I gave up here and there, and that is another regret I have. I wish I'd started when I first arrived in Japan, but it didn't stay for long. I gave up, but I still fought. I fought hard and long, and I am here today on my 40th day or more, but I didn't count and I didn't bother looking around my timer. I didn't stay focused on how many days I'm on because that is the worst thing I could do. Because many of the other times, that was the main reason I gave up. And because of getting overconfidence in myself doesn't mean I should give up and relapse. That is not the way to go. And during this time, I have had slip ups. Those are things I should not lie about because that has happened, and I feel that it is part of the journey. But I still fought during those slip ups. I didn't want to give up. I didn't want my my other self to take over, my true self. And so I kept going. And this has happened more than once, as I would like to address. But that does not give me a reason to give up so easily. And I'm glad I didn't give in all the way. But I am still here because of myself, because I know I am better than my previous self, the one that has been fighting for years on end. And it is one of the worst addictions anyone can go through. So I say, anybody who is going through this same addiction, don't feel embarrassed, because most of the population go through this addiction. You might not seem like it is an addiction, but it truly becomes one over time, and it takes over your life. There were times when I only thought about porn, like when I would get home and could watch that weird stuff, how I would say it, but relieving myself of that has become so much better. That burden that I held from myself, I have never felt better in my life than continuing this NoFap journey. And I'm glad that I did choose to continue and be introduced to this community. But here I am, sitting in a foreign country, as mentioned, disciplining myself in the middle of nowhere. Yes, you got that right. I am in the middle of nowhere, in the rural side of Japan, not in the cities. The cities are very overpowering in Japan, and they were not meant for me. I had never thought I would be in the rural side of Japan, but here I am today. As a kid, I loved the city, only the city, because I was born into one. So this was a great change for me, I think for anybody who moves. But it is the greatest way to discipline yourself. And this is just the start to disciplining myself. There is more to come. And I will not stop until I am a better person than before. And I want to go back home as a changed person. That is my goal. That will never change, because I'm here for a very long time, and I will use this time to discipline myself, and I will go beyond my length and change myself, because I think I'm better and I can do better. And anybody else who's trying to better themselves, to change, to beat this addiction that has ruined their life, please keep fighting, because you can change.